Hello guys, this is Elias with Softly, and in this video we are going to export JetEngine custom fields to Google Sheets using Zapier and WPL export. Now guys, in this video we're going to cover a lot of things, so let's start by selecting the post type we want to export. And today we have this properties one. I have this open right here so you can see. We have 103 properties to be exported. Now let's find that here in WPL export. And here it is. All right, and we have the same number of properties here, so this is good. And down here we have the filtering options. Now guys, this is very useful for when you need to, I don't know, maybe filter out some of the properties or some of the records because of reasons, right? Let's say, for example, that of all of these 103 properties, you only want to get all of the properties that are available on the market, right? Now, if I open one of these properties, right, you will see here this availability field, and some of these properties are on the market. So we need to know that, or well, better put, you need to know your data, right, to be able to filter using this option, right? So in my case, I'm gonna type in here availability, right? And here is under the JetEngine section, right? And once that loads, I'm gonna select a rule, and we have a great variety of them, but in this example, I'm gonna choose equals. Now I'm gonna type in here on market, because that's the value I want to filter my properties by, right? I want all of the properties in which the availability field equals on market. Now I'm gonna add this rule. And you can see now that this number has lowered. Now we have 74 properties instead of 103. So this is looking great. So let's continue. Let me close this up. Here we have this migrate properties option. And guys, this is more for when you just need to bulk migrate all of your properties without making any changes whatsoever to the import file or whatever, right? This will generate a zip file which you can then import using WPL import, and all of your fields are going to be mapped automatically, right? So that's very useful. And we have other videos where we dive a little bit more into details about that. But in today's video, remember, we're just going to focus on how to export JetEngine data to Google Sheets through Zapier. Now, since that's our case, I'm going to click here on the Customize Export File button. And this will allow us to, I don't know, maybe have a little bit more flexibility as to how is our exported file gonna look like, right? So if I hit preview, you can see we have here three main elements: ID, title, and content. Now these are the same elements we have here. But if I drag this off, right, and hit preview again, you will see that the ID is no longer here. So you can treat this as a template. This is actually the template for your export. And the JetEngine fields you want to export are here in this right panel. Now let me open that for you. And we have two kinds of elements here. The first one is this in black letters. And the second ones are all of these in green ones, right? So the way this works is basically you can drag and drop each one of them one by one, like so. And if you preview, you will see all of the fields coming up here nicely, right? Now, if you want to do this more quickly, you can just go ahead and drag and drop the first element, which is the whole field group, and all of these fields contained in that field group are going to be added automatically, right? So this is a lot faster. Now here we can do a couple of things here. For example, let's just change this to property name, right? And if I hit save, now this field, it's not going to be called title. It's going to be called property name, right? Now let's do the same with the content. And the content, we're going to call it, say, description. All right. Cool. Preview. And there you go. All right. Now, guys, let's order this a little bit further because maybe the gallery should be right here at the beginning of the file, right? And then say the availability, that's important, although all of these properties are on market, so it doesn't really matter, right? Now the price is very important too, so let's put that here. And the listing type, this is very relevant too. So right now we have property name, description, availability, listing type, price, gallery, and the map fields and other things. Now, actually, I believe we can do this a little bit better. So let's drag the amenities. Yeah, amenities right here. Maybe the amount of bedrooms at bathrooms, that's kind of important too. Square feet, let's put it just after the price. And for the rooms, I'll place them here. And the rest of it, I believe it's good. Maybe the date first listed should be here first. So yeah, let's hit preview. And there you go. We have the order we specified here. So this is now looking real nice. All right, now guys, for this amenities field, let me show you how this actually looks here. Here you go. We have this JetEngine checkbox field, right? And there are multiple values here. So the way this works here in WPL Export is, well, WPL Export will get all of the options, right, that are marked, and it will separate those with pipes. But if you wanted to maybe put this a little bit nicer, you could maybe use a quick PHP function to change those pipes by, I don't know, say a comma and a space, right? So it looks a little bit nicer. So let's do that. Let's click here on the amenities element and let's write our function here, right? Function, and this is going to be called replace pipes. That's good. Now let's put our data here. And let's return str replace. Right, and we're gonna look for our pipes, right, and we're gonna change those with a comma and a space in this data element. Good. Now let's save this, copy the name of our function, enable this option right here, paste our function here, right? And there you go. With this, WPL Export will change our pipes into commas. So let's save, preview. And there you go, guys. Here are our amenities. And as you can see, they look nicer that way. It's more readable. So let's roll with that. And then we have here our rooms element. And guys, this rooms element, it's going to be divided into 3 columns: rooms name, rooms measurement, and room description. Now, the reason for that is because this is a JetEngine repeater field. So inside of that repeater, it's going to be these 3 fields, right? Name, measurement, and description. And if you had more fields inside of this, well, you will get more columns here, right? Now, if I zoom in real quick, you will see that all of these values are separated with pipes too. So this entrance hallway, right, has this measurement and it has this description, right? Because it's the first element. Then for the second one, we have this one. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So this is the description for the second room and the measurement for the second room and the name for the second room, which is this WC, and so on and so forth, right? But if you wanted to maybe show this in a more orderly fashion, right? Maybe you could separate this into separate lines. Well, you can do that with WPL Export by clicking here on your JetEngine repeater field and enabling this option that says display each repeater row in its own CSV line. Now, if we do this, we're going to get some empty cells, right? So let me save this and show you what I mean, right? So here we have our entrance hallway, and this looks great because it's on a separate CSV line, same as the WC and living room here. But all of the other data is blank, right? And I don't know, guys, there is really not a right or wrong way to export this. It kind of depends on what you want to do, right? Or what you need. So if you wanted to populate all of this with the same data of your post, well, you could just go back here to your JetEngine repeater field and enable this option that says fill in empty columns. Now, if enabled, each repeater row will appear as its own CSV line with all of the post info filled in for every column. Now let's save, hit preview, right? And you can see here one charge card, and down here it's the same value, and all of this is the same for as many repeater rows as they are, right? So this is WC, living room, and so on and so forth for each and every one of these repeater sub-elements, right? So this is good. I'm going to export that way. All right, so we have covered quite a bit here in this video. But if you want to maybe dig a little bit deeper into some of these functionalities, maybe you want to learn more about how to run PHP functions on your exports, or maybe you want to export this to not a CSV file, but maybe Excel, or maybe you want to export this in XML, or maybe you want to create a custom XML field with some very crazy format, well, you're very welcome to do that, and we have other great videos that you can check in our channel or in our website at wplimport.com. For now, let's just continue. And here we have some other advanced options for exports. The first one is the scheduling options, and this is pretty cool because it will allow you to schedule your export to run automatically, say every single day or every week, or maybe multiple times a day. There is a lot of flexibility you can leverage on here with the scheduling options. Now, the first one is this automatic scheduling. And this is cool because this will allow you to set up the schedules right here in the WordPress UI, right? Say you want this Monday through Friday at, 12 a.m. and maybe a second time a day at, 9 p.m., right? Now, guys, this is a paid service. So if you want to subscribe to that, you can just click on this button, right? And WPL export will run on this schedule. But if you don't want to subscribe, you can always use cron jobs. And cron jobs are free. They are just a little bit more technical, right? Now, if you have some questions, here is our docs on how to run cron jobs. And again, we have other great videos on how to do that. But if you have some other questions, even after seeing those, you can always contact our support team and we will be more than happy to help you out. For now, I won't be doing any of this. So I'm going to close this up. All of these settings are pretty much self-explanatory. So if you read them, you will know what they do. Right? And again, we have other docs and other videos on this, so be sure to check those out or hover on these question marks and it will give you more details about those, right? Now let's confirm and run this, right? And this should be fairly quick because we don't have that much data. And there you go. All right, so you can download your CSV here, or you can download the bundle, which is going to be used for importing with WPL import, right? Here you have the scheduling options again. And here we have this external apps, which is Zapier, right? We have video here on how to connect this with Zapier that you can see, and you will know how this works, right? And you can click on this link and it will take you to the integrations page with WPL export. Now, from here, you can click on this button, all right? And it will auto-select WPL export for you, all right? So what we need next is to select an event. Now, the event, it's gonna be new export file, right? So I'm going to select that, continue. For the account, I'm going to make a new connection. So I'm going to click on this button and I need an API key and the website URL. So I'm going to go here to WPL export and click on settings. Now, here is our Zapier integration API key. So I'm going to copy that, paste that here. And we're also going to copy the website URL and paste that here. All right, and then I'm going to click on the continue button. There you go. Now let's go back to Zapier. And with this, we have connected WPL export from our website with Zapier. So let's click continue. Now we're going to test this integration, right? Now this green check mark here means that Zapier was able to get some data from our website. So this is our URL, the export ID, the export name, the file name, post type, file type. Here is the exported file and some other data. So I'm going to continue with the selected record. So what we need next is an action. So the action we're going to use is Google Drive. So I'm going to select that. All right. So next we're going to choose the event, which is going to be replace file. And let's hit continue. And here I have already connected my Google Drive account. But if you haven't, just click on the integration button and authorize Zapier to access. Now, when you do that, you will see something like this. So let's just continue. Now for the action, I'm going to select my Google Drive, which is here. Then for the folder, if you have some custom folder in which your Google Sheet file resides, you can select that here. But it's not my case, so I'm just going to skip this. And I'm going to choose a file to replace. Now, the file I want to replace is this one that says JetEngine export. Now I'm going to open that so you can see it, all right? Here it is. Now we don't have anything here on this sheet, so let's just select that, which we already did actually. So here for the file, this is what we're gonna get from WPL export, and we're gonna select this export file. All right, cool. Now convert to document, I'm gonna say true. Now for the file name, you can choose to do whatever you like, but I'm gonna choose to keep the same JetEngine export name, right? So I'm gonna type that in. All right, cool. Now with this, we have everything we need. So I'm gonna click on the continue button and I'm gonna test this integration. So this should be fairly quick. All right, so with these two green check marks, I can assume that all of this is working correctly. So I'm gonna name my SAP here, JetEngine export. All right, that's good. And then I'm gonna publish this. All right, so this is gonna be very quick. Cool. Now with this, everything we need to export JetEngine Fields to Google Sheets using Zapier is done. So the next thing we're gonna do is rerun or export. Right, so Zapier can send our data to Google Sheets. Now we're just gonna click here and confirm and run our export. Now again, this is gonna be fairly quick. So let's just give it a few seconds. And there you go. Now, if I go here to Google Sheets, it will reload in any second now when Zapier has finished sending our data here. And there it is. Now you can see we have here all of our data. So this is looking very good. We have the date first listed element, the property name, description, availability, listing type, price, square feet, gallery, amenities, and all of the other data is here, even the repeater element. And as you can see, each one of them is in its own CSV line. So there you have it. That's all it takes to export JetEngine Fields to Google Sheets using Zapier and WPL export. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more about how to import or maybe export other WordPress data, or if maybe you're using ACF or Metabox to handle your custom fields, well, you can import and export that data too with WPL import and WPL export. Just be sure to check out the other videos in our channel and check out our website at wplimport.com. For now, thank you for watching and see you next time.